What's going on, everyone? If you're watching this video, it's more than likely that you just signed up to be a Patreon member, and your support is greatly appreciated. And I hope that these zones and trend lines can help you with your trading. And keep in mind that not all the zones are trades. Obviously, you have to have a good understanding of supply and demand. So if you are going to look at zones and to look to take trades in them, like say the supply zone up here, maybe wait for confirmation in that supply zone on lower time frames, because like I said, not all the zones are trades, and actually most of them are not trades. You have to have that deep understanding, which I actually go over in the tier 2 membership as well. But I'm going to teach you guys how to set up the charts. And the first thing you're going to want to do is I'm going to send you a link up here like this. And what you do then is you simply put the link into your browser, and then you save the link to like as a bookmark or something like that, so you can have it, up here for easy access. And then what you're going to want to do is create a watch list. And as you can see right here, this is my watch list. These are all the pairs that you get to track along with me. We have all of the majors: Euro Yen, Euro GBP, Aussie Yen, Pound Yen, the S&P 500, oil. There's also natural gas, which I couldn't get to pull up right now. I don't know why, but there's natural gas. Then we have gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And keep in mind that Bitcoin and Ethereum are both in the Canadian dollar, but if you track them with me, you can simply switch it over to BTC USD and ETH USD, and the zones will be very, very similar. So that's what you're going to have to do for that. I just have them in CAD because I am Canadian. So like I said, first thing you do is you create that watch list, but a very important factor is you want to create the list using an Oanda broker. So let's say you type in Euro USD. You're going to want to click on Oanda broker. So you look simply right here. You look at the brokers, and then you pick the Euro USD with Oanda like that. You don't want to pick FXCM, because let's say you pick FXCM like that, then you're not going to get any zones on my chart. I do have some zones on here for FXCM, but as you can see, the zones are not there. So that's why you have Euro USD with Oanda, and then as you can see, all of my zones show up and all of that good stuff. So another thing too is, let's say you have your watch list like you do on the right here. See how I'm clicking on these pairs and they're not switching? All you have to do is just double click. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is, so make sure that you are double clicking. It's very important. So now I'm going to explain what the zones mean and the arrows and all that stuff, because as you know, there's trends, trend lines, and zone calculations. Sorry. So basically in this example here, I'm tracking this trend line. I have these zones as well. And you're going to notice that there's red zones like this, and then there's green zones like this, and then there's these like beige / orange / brown zones. And what those zones mean is that they're old zones that have been removed. And then the zones like this that are red and green means that they're still in play, and they're still, valid zones that need to be removed. But as you can see here, this zone is tested. So I'm not saying I would trade this zone, but it still hasn't been removed. Once it's been removed, then I'll simply get rid of this zone, and then I'll add a zone like that to show that it's been removed. So hopefully that's making sense. And as you can see here, we have this little arrow right here. And what that arrow means, the red arrow down, means that this is a downtrend. And let me find another chart, because I have green arrows. So as you can see on this weekly chart, I have the green arrow right here. And that means that the price is on an uptrend. So always look for those arrows. Sometimes you might see old arrows, like I probably could find some older arrows, maybe not here. But you might find older arrows, but usually whatever the closest arrow is the trend. But usually I'm pretty good at deleting the old arrows. And then you're going to have situations where, let me try to find one. There's going to be an X. So right here, this is a great example. So as you can see here, we have an X. So that means that the trend is now sideways. AKA there is no trend. So that's what those arrows mean. And that pretty much wraps up the whole explanation. I hope you guys understand how to set up the charts. If you can't figure it out, then send me a message. But I think that with this video, you should be able to figure it out pretty easily. Make the watch list. Maybe, you guys can group your watch list now. Maybe just call one MTG group. And then, let's say that you don't use the Oanda broker, Then you can simply add your other watch list with your other broker and then just kind of go back and forth and look at the zones and then draw them on your chart. Or I think there's a copy button up here. I'm not sure. I haven't tested that out. So maybe check that out as well. And then for Ethereum and Bitcoin, like I said, they're in Canadian dollar, but you can simply just copy the zones on the US dollar chart as well. I hope this all makes sense, and thanks again for signing up. It's much appreciated. Also, make sure that you are checking Patreon for announcements. If you're a Tier 2 member, make sure you're checking Patreon for me to upload the private videos. And if you want to continue supporting me month to month, make sure that your payment information is up to date so that your payment can go through on the beginning of each month again. And then watch out towards the start of a new month. Watch out for my message where I will be sending you a new chart link for you to save, because I have to change them every month. So like I said, thank you very much for your support, and I hope these zones help, and have a great day.